late March. And here we go. The first game of this 3-game series. The wind is blowing fiercely in from center field.
The Razorbacks have won 14 of their last 15 SEC road series dating back to 2020.
And when you look at this series, Arkansas has had much better success in recent years than it's had in its history. It has won 6 of the last 9 games against LSU.
Due to that young lady that's coaching at third base, we have 2 very, very good quality, high quality young coaches in this game tonight.
The 2-0 pitch off the mark, and Berzon has yet to find the strike zone. Johnson, Carter, and Ellis for Arkansas in the first inning. The 3-0 pitch catches a piece of the outside edge.
And you see that angular screwball pitch there. Lynn, the Razorbacks have never won back-to-back series in Baton Rouge.
The 3-1 pitch fouled away, the slapper getting a little piece of it. Johnson has 3 doubles and a triple, no home runs, so 56 of her 60 hits have been singles.
There's a table setter for you.
For sure. The 3-2 pitch off the mark, and Johnson gets aboard. She doesn't walk much. That's only the 7th time she's walked this year in 160. It is Manning. She was not in the original starting lineup, but it is Madison Manning at third base.
The Tigers have tried 3 different freshmen at third base since Coffey was lost to the season. And Madison Manning has been the latest in the last couple of games.
Carly Petty is the second baseman. Raylene Gutierrez is at first base. Taylor Pleasance is the shortstop. Madison Manning at third base. She was originally listed as a DP, and Sierra Daniel was on the hot corner defensively. And behind the plate, it is Macy Bergeron. Nia Carter batting .310, 17 driven in. And right now, a little bit of a rough start finding the plate for Sydney Berzon. Does Pleasance have a play? Yes, she does. Early gold by Pleasance defensively. That was a very difficult play, and she made it look routine.
Yeah, that ball got fisted. It's a slow ground ball. Pleasance gathers it and just gets the runner.
That is as sweet as Mayhaw jelly. Pleasance getting it done from the shortstop position on the backhand side.
I thought about you the other day. I saw Mayhaw jelly. I still have never had that.
Oh, you must try it. You must.
What does it taste like?
It's tart and sweet at the same time. Ellis, that transfer from Auburn is hit by a pitch.
Bat?
The umpire is saying it hit Ellis. Beth Torina has come out and is barking a bit.
Is she going to use a headset challenge here? She is.
Well, she is asking the plate umpire to confer with the other umpires to see what they saw. We'll show it to you right here. It's a screwball. I thought it hit her on the hand.
Yeah, looks like it's her. You're right. The
Herb.
Yep, not quite sharp.
She fell behind on Johnson and issued a walk. She fell behind on Carter before the ground out, and she has hit Ellis. Here's Halverson, the cleanup hitter. Strike one.
70 miles an hour.
Kylie Halverson hitting .314, 8 home runs. That's third on the team.
All South Region first team. She was an all SEC second team performer.
She's a senior.
Got some accolades.
Yes, she has. That pitch gets a piece of the outside edge.
She painted that corner.
Berzon can make a living there. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Out at third, across to first, out there as well. A 5-3 double play, as it was the... And the first pitch is a strike to Briggs. Here's Morgan Linestock. She originally was not a Razorback.
Nope, she came transferred from Southern Mississippi.
12-2 record and a really nice ERA of 1.73.
We're going to see a drop ball on different levels from her and change. Velo, highest velo is 60 to 50, 51 is her changeup.
Briggs is hitting .342 against SEC competition with 5 driven in. For the year, she's hitting .358, so I bet she has been extremely consistent against both levels of pitching.
She's been extremely consistent for 4 years.
Yes, she has.
2-time Golden Glove Award winner.
The 1-2 pitch. Poked foul, and it drops on the grass on the left side. No play at all for the third baseman, Gamble. Newland and Pleasance will follow. We are in the bottom of the first, opening game of the 3-game series.
See that changeup just floating in there, but it's outside. She disguises that well, but it's just not a strike.
Perhaps a little bit elevated as well.
Good take from Briggs.
Yes, it was. The 2-2 pitch. Looped into left field. It will carry out to Kramer. Reagan makes the catch for the out. So Briggs.
Linestock was the SEC Pitcher of the Week last week. She recorded a .00 ERA. She had 11 Ks over 14 innings, and that was their second award this year for her.
She's one of the league's best. She's won 12 of 14 decisions, has only allowed 89 hits in 117 innings. Last week against Alabama, 14 innings total, only 8 hits allowed, 3 walks, and 11 strikeouts. That's good stuff. Newland whacks one to deep left field, but it's going to stay in the ballpark, and it is squeezed by Kramer. So 2 fly balls out to the left fielder, Reagan Kramer. That one sounded pretty good off the bat, but did not have enough carry to it.
Didn't quite square that up.
And again, there is a very brisk breeze blowing in from center field.
Yeah, it's been windy all day long. Windy, windy.
Here's Taylor Pleasance. Inexplicably, she has struggled this year against SEC pitching. Taylor is hitting only .159 against SEC pitching this year.
Been an All-American in the field, though.
And she has tortured SEC pitching in her previous seasons.
Yep, she has, just really down. And she was injured last year for most of it. Had to slap and bunt.
She was blistering the ball through the first 12 games, but the last 34, not so much.
Oh, that's big league right there. As y'all say in baseball, that'll hurt your feelings.
Pleasance lets that off-speed pitch pass for a strike. And the 1-2 pitch. Rolled up the right side. And the tag is...
World Series in 1998. So
how rare is that?
Softball royalty in that dugout. Then they've got a young coach in there named DJ Gasso, who is Patty Gasso's son. So you got some softball names here.
1 ball, 1 strike to Gamble.
I remember Courtney as a catcher on that Cal Berkeley team. Because they beat us in UMass to get to the Women's College World Series.
I figured there was a bit of bitterness still harbored in there somewhere.
Respect. We went into Sunday needing 1 win, and they beat us twice.
Pleasance lines it up, guns it over, and throws it wide at Gutierrez.
And we How many times have we seen Pleasance throw the ball away?
Not many this year.
Well, I can't even count on my hand in her career. But she seems like she waited on that ball forever.
And she turns sideways. Watch her here as she lines this up kind of sideways right there.
Well, that's what they teach now, Lynn. That's how you field a ground ball.
That's not how you throw it to first, though. A rare misplay from Pleasance on the throw.
Yeah, again, I don't remember her ever throwing the ball away.
So a base runner at first, and Kennedy Miller is at the plate.
And Miss Berzon says, I got one of those change-ups, too. Elite change-up. Look at that, the 23 errors is tied for second most in the SEC.
There is no swing.
Well, a lot of those errors are attributed to the gigantic loss of Danica Coffey at third base to an ACL injury early in the season.
Miller is enjoying a very good year at the plate, batting a solid .374. This is her 42nd start out of the 45 in which Arkansas has played. 28 driven in with 6 homers. That's hit very sharply. It's off of Madison Manning's glove. It's going to be a base hit. And Gamble stops at second base. Kennedy Miller rips one off the glove of third baseman Madison Manning.
That ball got over to third base really quick. One hopper here, kind of handcuffed her, but that's a base hit.
So 2 on with nobody out, and here is Reagan Kramer. Reagan is a junior, batting .250. The out is made at first base.
Make the freshman handle the ball, but you also are putting 2 runners in scoring position with that perfect sacrifice bunt.
A 5-3 put out. Gamble is at third. Miller is at second.
Tigers are drawn in, going for that play at the plate.
Rylan Hedgecock at the plate. Ball 1.
Did she go?
Yes, she did. Hedgecock hitting .231, but she does have 25 RBI. 6 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs. Strike 2.
2 good pitches back-to-back from Berzon. If you're a little girl listening, it might take 5 or 6 really good pitches in an at-bat to get outs. You can't just make one good pitch.
Let's see what the 0-2 brings.
That was a waste.
It's tight and fumbled by Bergeron, but no advance. Runners at third and second with 1 out. We are scoreless. Arkansas batting in the second inning.
Razorbacks have threatened in both innings that they've come to the plate.
They've had 2 base runners in each of the first 2. And that time Hedgecock reaches for one and can't get it.
She definitely swings at a pitcher's pitch. Berzon delivers this changeup right off the plate. It's really unhittable because it's probably a ball.
That's a big strikeout for Berzon. The first of the game. She goes back to the heat but misses high to Kamenzend. Lauren batting 9th in the order.
Got to get that rise ball down a little bit. She kind of had that trouble during the week.
Kamenzend is from Nebraska. She is hitting less than 200.
There's a good pitch right there, moving through the zone.
Kamenzend is batting 161. She's been a part-time starter this year. This is her 28th appearance at the start of a game. She laid off the waste pitch outside. It's 2-1. 2 outs, 2 on. They remain in scoring position. Arkansas had runners at second and first in the initial inning. They've got runners at second and third now. Carly Petty up with it over to Gutierrez. And once again, Sydney Burst. Well, I tell you that in the first inning of every game. You haven't left yet, though. Here's Raylene Gutierrez. Let's see if the Tigers can mount a threat against Arkansas. And Morgan Leinstock, who has had some great games this year for the Razorbacks. Yvette, I think you mentioned it earlier. This ball is tagged, pretty well hit. Left fielder spinning and catches it. Already LSU has tested Kramer 3 times, and she's made 3 catches in left field.
Yeah, as you said, looked like it was tattooed pretty good, but that wind is blowing in.
I think the point you made, though, between innings about Leinstock is such a good one. She's not going to knock the bat out of your hands with velocity, but she knows how to pitch. She knows how to throw different types of strikes. She works the entire strike zone. She keeps hitters off balance most of the time. And she not only pitches with her arm, but pitches with her mental capacity, and is very confident in what she does.
She's a pitcher, not a thrower. LSU's going to have to generate their own power if they get the ball out of the park or have some shots, because her highest velo is 60.
Mackenzie Rudity at the plate. Hitting .311 against SEC pitching this year and .344 overall. These teams will play Saturday and Sunday as well. We'll have all 3 games for you right here on the SEC ESPN network. Game times tomorrow, 4 o'clock, and on Sunday at 1 o'clock.
That was a good read by Rudity. She saw that changeup. She held up. It was a hard hit ball to third, but right at Gamble, so it was an easy play for her.
Hannah Gamble throws out Mackenzie Rudity. And with 2 outs, here's Carly Petty. Steady, Carly Petty.
Oh, thought that was going to get her there. Good job of ducking there, Petty.
Petty is here hitting nearly .300, but she too has had some trouble against SEC pitching. Batting .167 against the league. LSU has not had a base runner. 3 fly balls to left and a couple of ground outs. The 1-1 dips out of the strike zone.
Well, you'd expect that Leinstock would get a lot of ground ball outs.
Bergeron is on deck. 2 gone, nobody on base.
And the Hogs fielded a .974 clip during conference play, so you see that devastating changeup.
2-2 on Petty. Leinstock brings the pitch. Another changeup, and Petty is out in front. Leinstock gets. We move to the 3rd inning, no score. It's the top of the order coming up for the Razorbacks. Reagan Johnson, Nia Carter, and Bree Ellis.
Berzon got away with a 1st inning leadoff walk. Avoided that walk from scoring, which is unusual.
Arkansas has had a base runner in scoring position. In each of the first 2 innings, they've had 4 base runners total. Runners left at 1st and 2nd in the 1st inning, and 2nd and 3rd in the 2nd inning. The 0-2 pitch off the mark, inside and down.
It's a good looking pitch there. The Slappers don't want anything to do with that pitch. They're running at the ball and it's coming at them in and down. No thank you.
Gutierrez hustling over,
wow.
Flips it to Petty at the end and got him. Gutierrez was trying to make the tag, realized that the speedy base runner Johnson had just zoomed by her, and then makes a backhand play. Watch this by Gutierrez.
How fast is, holy cow, how fast is she, Johnson?
Like a lightning bolt, but Gutierrez and Petty able to get the out.
And we talk about how good Gutierrez is at first base. Very heads-up play there.
Here's Nia Carter, who grounded out to Pleasance at shortstop last time. Well, you could clearly see Gutierrez's intention as she charged that ball and thought she was going to be able to make a play with the tag.
Well, it bounced so high. I thought she was going to be safe. I thought Johnson was going to be safe because the bounce was so high.
But Gutierrez was able to turn and make a backhanded flip
and Petty
over to
was
Petty,
there.
who never gave up on it. Petty did not. Carter is batting .310. The first 4 hitters in this Arkansas lineup are plus 300. And there are 5 300 hitters in the lineup overall.
Carter is not a very big target to throw to, and she squats down, making her strike zone even smaller.
Now the count is full, with 1 out and nobody on base. The 3-2 pitch.
Another high chopper.
And Pleasance with a do-or-die scoop could not make that play. That's going to be an infield hit. Pleasance knew she was going to have to try to scoop it, and hope that she would make contact, and she couldn't bring it in cleanly.
I tell you, the Razorbacks are using their field to bounce to their advantage. That's 2 that have bounced very high to allow the runners to outrun that defensive play.
There have been 2 hits in this game. They both belong to Arkansas. And here is Bree Ellis.
Hogs don't run that much. In fact, Carter doesn't have a base hit.
There's a solid shot by Bree Ellis through on the left side. And this Arkansas team, of that in the first 3 innings has applied a whole lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure every inning. Tigers have avoided the run. This ball is hard hit.
And a pretty good pitch. That ball is down on the bottom part of the strike zone.
Yeah, and you know, Lynn, sometimes you have to just tip your cap to the hitter.
Alverson is first pitch swinging. She bounced into a 5-3 double play last time. Carter at second base. Ellis is behind her at first with 1 out. We are scoreless in the Arkansas third.
Good take there.
Well, it's up to Bergeron to be a backstop right now with those hard sinkers and drops coming from Berzon. Briggs doesn't have to move much. She's got it and hits the cutoff perfectly. There's the second out, and a big one for LSU.
Once again, Berzon with a big pitch in a big situation. Induces that lazy fly ball. See if she can work herself out of this jam again.
Hannah Gamble stands in the way. Ball 1 upstairs. Gamble is a home run producer. She's hit 11, but she's batting .222.
Got 13 RBIs.
Rudity is calling for it and makes the play in foul ground on the right side. Miss, feast or famine for LSU in the SEC.
A lot of those series, though, Lynn, were so close. Could have really have gone either way, but you're right.
Let's see if the Tigers can get something started with Bergeron, Manning, and Daniel, the bottom third of the order.
They would like to catch fire again here at the end of the season.
Here are the close losses you were talking about, Yvette. 10-9 to Missouri, 3-2 to Missouri.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You see the 2 Florida losses and
4
the
losses,
2 by Auburn.
4 losses by 1 run and 1 loss by 2. I mean, 2 by 2. You can't get any closer than that.
But that's the difference between approaching first place and being in the middle of the pack. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Macy Bergeron. It's high and away.
Just want to get hot at the end. Just get hot at the right time. Play good
LSU
softball.
was extraordinarily good in the first 24 games, winning them all. One game shy of tying the all-time winning streak to open a season at 25.
And once again, it was with a good strength of schedule. You got to give it to softball. I mean, they don't open up with a bunch of wins.
I agree.
It's taking on the challenges immediately.
Three balls, two strikes. LSU looking for its first base runner. Linestock has one strikeout, 3 fly balls to left, and a couple of ground outs.
And she has controlled the hitters so far. She's truly kept them off balance. Their timing is, not great because of that very good changeup. And she's got that nice drop ball that angles down more than you think.
She took some speed off that one and missed it low, and there's the first base runner. So let's see what LSU's strategy is here with Bergeron at first base, nobody out. Madison Manning coming to the plate. She has 1 at bat this year. Giglio is 3 for 5 on the base paths this year. The bunt is on, and Manning bunts it backward. Manning showing bunt again. Gets it down. There'll only be one play. The first baseman stumbled. Ellis was able to recover, and it looked like for a moment she might trip and not be able to throw it to first base. But the sacrifice is successful.
I saw the same thing. I thought 2 people were going to trip on this play. Nice bunt there. Does her job, moves the runner over.
So Giglio is in scoring position for Sierra Daniel. Daniel smacks one right to the glove of Bree Ellis.
How many line drives have we seen Daniel hit?
Quite a few.
Yeah, everything she hits is.
This might surprise you. She actually is the best hitter, the 3rd best hitter for LSU against SEC pitching.
It doesn't really surprise me because every time we broadcast a game, she's hitting shots like that.
She's been hitting .323 against the league.
Tough out because she can't get the ball out of her glove.
Kamenzind charged it, fielded it, and then it got stuck in her glove.
Got stuck. She knows that she has to get rid of it quick, and then she just kind of fumbles it.
You're right. She just couldn't make the transfer cleanly. And they have ruled an error.
She was worried about the speed of Briggs.
So the inning continues with runners at first and third, and here is Allie Newland.
A little elevated on that pitch, didn't miss by much.
This is one of the best clutch hitters LSU can have at the plate, Allie Newland. Batting .324 against SEC pitching.
It's LSU's first chance in this game to do something.
2-0. A walk to Bergeron. Giglio was inserted as a pinch runner, a sacrifice bunt, a line out, and an error. And now Newland with a teammate at third and another one at first. Hits one up the middle. Gloved on the backhand side, and it's misplayed at second base. And the LSU Tigers have taken the lead. Halverson tried to make a backhanded flip with the ball in her glove, and she could not connect with Kamenzind. And the Arkansas Razorbacks have been a bit sloppy defensively. Let's watch this again.
Same thing. The ball you can't get the ball out of your glove, but she had time to take it out and follow her toss.
Yes, she did. And
That's
LSU will
on time. Used to be if you weren't leaving a little early, you weren't trying. Not anymore.
Well, I think they have ruled a fielder's choice on that ball by Allie Newland with an RBI. We'll check that, but I believe that's been the ruling. They have not given LSU a hit on that. So fielder's choice RBI is what we understand right now. And here's Taylor Pleasance. This would be a really good time for her to emerge from her slump against SEC pitching.
That last pitch was a really nice angle pitch. You saw that ball just tailing away from Pleasance, but it was a ball.
There's a strike. It's 2-1, 2 out, 2 on.
What a luxury to throw that pitch on any count.
The LSU run is unearned, but it's on the board in the third inning. And the 2-1 pitch right there at the letters.
Same pitch, back-to-back changeups.
Pleasance is in her final LSU campaign. And the 2-2.
She will play for Team USA this summer. First base.
Pleasance has seen 3 consecutive changeups. Line stop brings the 3-2 pitch. Grounded softly to second base. Picked up by Halverson over to Ellis. And the inning is over. But Ellis, Hagan Kramer, and Rylan Hedgecock for Arkansas in the 4th. Miller has one of the 3 hits by the Razorbacks. And the 1-strike pitch, it's whacked foul. These teams will play again tomorrow at 4 o'clock and again on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Both of those games will be available right here on the SEC ESPN network.
And we should have great weather for all 3.
Welcome to Tiger Park in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
I haven't said what the color of the sky is tonight, Lynn.
I'm still debating. I'm going with
Azure.
No, I'm going with skim milk.
Skim milk. Yeah, I guess.
You put a lot of pressure on me early.
I mean, you don't have this all set in place. Oh, look at this ball. It's going to be fair.
This is a fair ball, and Gutierrez stays with the cue shot. Now, this is one of the most severe angles you will ever see a ground ball. It starts in foul territory and then takes an abrupt left turn into fair territory. Watch this.
Little girls out there, look. You can't give up on the ball. I mean, you're right, Lynn. I don't know if I've seen that much spin on any ball ever hit.
That softball looked like a gyroscope in the dirt. That was one weird angle. It started fair, went foul, and then went back fair.
You can't just say, oh, it's foul. I just won't go get it.
Gutierrez almost pulled a muscle, reversing herself, trying to get to that ball.
Well,
I mean, that was a
like
Z.
Like you said,
it was
quite,
in fair territory, foul territory, back to fair territory.
Quite the cue shot.
Yes, it was.
Like something I would do in pool.
Well, that had English and French on it. 2-1 to Kramer. A junior from Topeka, Kansas. LSU is nursing a 1-0 lead. We play in the 4th.
This game is flying when you don't have any hits and any runs. Goes by fast. And you know, we don't even have to talk about the pitch clock anymore.
No.
That was gone after the first week.
There's a rare walk from Berzon. It's her second of the game.
She had lead off in the first inning. And it's really settled down since then.
Here's Rylan Hedgecock. She's the only strikeout victim by Berzon in this game. And there's ball one high. There is some bullpen activity for LSU. Our viewpoint does not allow us to see who it is at this point. The pitch fouled off Hedgecock in the batter's box. And I think the warm-up activity has now ceased.
Chafin, I think.
Yeah, somebody's
And
still
Lynch.
throwing. And Lynch is throwing.
Lynch.
Chafin was earlier. The 1-1. Burns the outside edge. That one left a scar.
We've got some dandy changeup pitchers here tonight.
Hedgecock with a 1-2 count. Petty charging. Makes the little easy flip over to Gutierrez for the out. Kramer puts herself in scoring position with 2 gone on the 4-3 putout. We are delighted you have chosen to spend some time with us. The first of 3 games between Arkansas and LSU at Tiger Park this weekend. You may be watching while grilling some hamburgers, or perhaps out on your deck in your living room with friends, maybe at a sports bar somewhere.
Hello.
Maybe at an airport lounge. Let's play some ball, y'all.
Get some Mayhaw jelly.
The 1-0 pitch.
That's trouble.
And it bounces off
That's
the
trouble.
chest of the second baseman. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time.
You could just could see it developing. It was trouble all the way.
That ball bounced up high off the chest of Carly Petty and then went beyond her. It gets by Berzon and then takes that weird bounce up onto the chest of Petty. That's going to be an error against the second baseman. But a tough play by Petty, and Arkansas gets its own unearned run to tie the game.
Now to play center fielder number 23, Reagan Johnson.
Pressure finally adds up. The Razorbacks score a run.
And guess how that run got started? That base on balls.
Bergeron just came really close to a pickoff there.
Johnson is 0 for 1. She commits as she runs up on it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter, Reagan Johnson. A ground out, a walk, a ground out, and an error. And the Razorbacks have tied the game.
Bergeron kind of had a slow start. Didn't find that ball right away. That's where her corners have to help her. You should be yelling 2-2-2, meaning right over the catcher's head. 1 is right field line, 3 is left field line.
Here's the 1-2 pitch with 2 outs. It's clubbed to foul.
That's a good description. A lot of their balls have been clubbed. Gotten the benefit of some huge bounces off of the.
These teams have 37 wins between them, 35 by the Tigers, 32 by Arkansas. And a liner right to the left side, and Taylor Pleasant stretches and makes the catch.
Still coaching when we finally got it changed to single elimination so you could have some healthy bodies left for regionals, super regionals, and hopefully the Women's College World Series. Last SEC weekend here, Lynn. And our last weekend to work together.
Gutierrez pops this one up, and it's taken by the second baseman, Halverson. Yvette, I have enjoyed, as I have for many, many years now, every moment with you as we sit side by side here in Tiger Park and other venues. It's been great. This season, though, to me, seems like it has gone by the fastest of any.
We call so many games in that first 2 weeks, and then that ball's hit well, but right at her.
Rudity with a line drive out to Reagan Johnson in center field. 2 quick outs.
Anyway, once the season starts, it flies.
Here's Carly Petty, who struck out in the second inning.
We are very grateful to LSU for allowing us to call so many games here.
LSU's baseball team is entertaining Auburn tonight. We'll check that score for you after a while. And we'll also get you caught up on some other SEC softball scores in just a little while. The 1-0 to Petty. Upstairs. It's a quick inning for Linestock as she gets Petty to roll out to the first base. Carter leading it off.
Tiger bats have gone quiet here.
Carter runs up and takes a strike.
Week and a half.
Carter has bounced out to Pleasance and had an infield hit last time. Ellis and Halverson will follow. These are hitters 2, 3, and 4 in the order. And a chop, Petty charging, short hops it, guns it over, got her. Well done by Carly Petty. That's do or die. You either make that play or you just turn and watch the ball go into center field.
We have seen more of those tonight than we've seen in a while. Look how high this ball bounces. And you talk about have to make a do or die play, as you say.
But you know what I liked? She stayed down on the ball. Her eyes never wavered. They didn't look up. They didn't look right. They didn't look at the runner. She stayed on that and gave herself the best chance.
That's the only chance she had by keeping her head down. Remember, she has the shortest throw on the field. First base is right there, so don't panic. Ooh, this one's hit well, but it is foul, I think. Yep.
Allie Newland making the diving try down there in the corner.
Comes up smiling. And I'm just thinking how much that must hurt. She's kind of grimacing a little bit.
Well, she's retying her shoe.
Good idea, because remember in a regional we call here, somebody's shoe was untied and they tripped on it. Tie your shoes, girls. Tie your shoes.
The 1-2 pitch to Bree Ellis.
Boy, she is a target at the plate, isn't she? Good-looking athlete. Transfer from Auburn.
A couple of years ago, she was a freshman who won some awards at Auburn. In fact, she was the Auburn Tigers Offensive Player of the Year as a freshman in 2021.
What a big loss for the Auburn Tigers. And look at that, 2022 SEC Freshman of the Year. What a big pickup for the Razorbacks. They had the second best portal class, Lynn.
Well, you have to re-recruit your own players and players from other teams every year. How times have changed. The 3-2 pitch. Hit to the left side. And misthrown by Madison Manning. Madison Manning called off, so to speak, Taylor Pleasance, and it was her play.
It was.
But then she airmailed it to first base.
Let's see if this is a sidearm throw that she attempts instead of getting her shoulders turned. Oh gosh, yeah. Never had a chance. I did a few of those myself playing third.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
What was your favorite position?
That's all I ever played was third.
So that was also your least favorite.
Especially co-ed. I was like, I'm not playing third with these guys hitting. If you're scared, say you're scared. I was scared.
Yeah, you bet.
I caught. When the ball started to change shapes coming at me. Oh, look at here. Where's the ball?
Pleasance wound up with the ball. That was a violent collision between Manning and Pleasance. They both were knocked down. Petty very wisely went over to cover third from her position at second base. You don't see this every day.
No, and as I said, there's 3 different people that have tried to play this position. And just like the outfield, infield needs to talk, especially with Manning.
Reached on an error and fouled out to Ruderty in right field. Steve, right.
Now this is up to Berzon to step up here and make some really good pitches.
Yvette, how about this, though? As you look back at the score sheet, this is the 5th straight inning that Arkansas has had 2 base runners.
Yeah, and they will go back and think if they lose this game, I mean, you can point to that. Put pressure, just couldn't cash in.
Berzon just cut loose with a really good off-speed pitch. Let's see what she does here at 0-2. That one rising out of the zone. This has been a weird inning, hasn't it?
Oh my gosh.
1-2. A little bit wide.
Game has been a little weird.
It has.
Never seen so many chopped high ground balls. And the left side of the infield for the Tigers just remains to be kind of a mystery. We can't emphasize enough what that loss to Danica Coffey meant to the Tigers. Outstanding defensively, unbelievably offensive weapon. But injuries happen, you got to move on. Good job by both players there. Pinch runner not going, Bergeron keeping that ball in front of her. Bergeron's got a cannon, and I'm sure they have told the Razorbacks she can throw you out. Make sure that ball gets away from her before you advance if you're in scoring position.
The 3-2 pitch is golfed into left center field. Caught on the run by Briggs. Sierra Briggs running a mile to get to that thing and makes the catch where the warning track and the grass meet, and it looked like she had no chance, but she tracks it down.
Well, if the ball goes to the outfield, and with this outfield, you can just about bet that's going to be an out. You can always depend on the Tiger outfielders, especially Miss Golden Glove winner. But I thought that was a gapper, Lynn.
So did I when it left the bat, but Briggs started in a canter and then advanced to a gallop and makes the play right where the warning track and the grass meet.
You think that ball was held up any? I mean, it's a brisk wind blowing straight in. But she hit it hard on a dime.
Here's Kennedy Miller, who is 1 for 2. Steve, right.
And again, the Tigers have just flirted with disaster here. Let's see if they can work out of it again.
One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, 1-1 ball game in the 5th. The New Yorker, Sydney Berzon, rocks and fires. Steve, right 3. Once again, LSU side.
That was me, but my shoes were tied. It got caught in my lace loop.
There's a smash by Bergeron through the left side, an opening base hit. Well, Air Andrews could do it as well as anybody in center field has ever done it.
Yeah, she did, but I'm glad she told us that. All this time, I thought her shoe was untied.
Bergeron is aboard twice. That's the first hit for LSU.
We might get something going here for the Tigers, see if they can capitalize on this leadoff single.
She had walked in the third inning, and the pinch runner, Giglio, came across to score.
Now, Manning came through with a very good sacrifice bunt earlier.
Not showing bunt there, and takes a strike.
Will they ask her to do it again?
By the way, let's take you across the street to the baseball part. It's scoreless, Auburn and LSU in the fourth inning. And the Tigers on the baseball side do not yet have a base hit.
All the bats must be in the Mississippi River right now. There's another good bunt.
Ellis throws it to Halverson covering, and Manning has two successful sacrifice bunts.
And you know, now they know they can count on Manning to put down a sacrifice bunt. That's two here. You see, she starts her bat in fair territory, which is of utmost importance.
And she deadened that one with some backspin.
Yep, doesn't jab at it, catches it.
1 run, 4 hits for Arkansas. 1 run, 1 hit for LSU.
Manning is a West Monroe native.
Now Daniel is scheduled to hit next, and she'll come to the plate. Or I beg your pardon, let's see if they recall Daniel.
They do.
This is going to be Savannah Bedell. Bedell is a freshman.
I haven't seen her much.
Bedell has only had 1 at bat this year, and she made it a successful one. She does not wear the batting gloves. She swings and puts it in play on a ground ball to the right side. It's picked up by Halverson. Over to Ellis for the out.
Positive at bat, moves the runner to third.
2 gone now as we go back to the top of the order for Briggs.
Briggs just had a big-time catch. Let's see if she can come up with a big-time RBI.
She runs up on it, and it's a little bit high.
You know,
Briggs has flied to left and reached on the shortstop's error.
Blue has done a very good job behind the plate tonight. I don't think we've ever said, oh, that, you know, could have been a strike.
There's been no carping on balls and strikes from either side.
Well, you're not supposed to do it. It's in the rule book, but we all know everybody does it.
Chris Neighbors is the crew chief tonight. It's Alex Leap who is the plate umpire.
Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner at third.
LSU trying to break the 1-1 tie as we play in the bottom of the 5th.
It has been a defensive battle.
A liner to left and caught. Reagan Kramer catches the liner as she approached the infield, took 3 or 4. Here's Reagan Kramer as we go to the 6th inning, and a strike on the outside edge from Sydney Berzon. By the way, the LSU baseball team has taken a 1-0 lead. The first hit of the game was a home run by Tommy White. So Tommy White, who now has 3 home runs in his last 2 games, gives LSU a 1-0 lead over Auburn. And that home run came in the bottom of the 4th inning. It was the first LSU hit There's a sinking soft liner that Pleasance makes the catch on. So Kramer is out on the soft line drive to Pleasance on the left side. LSU, third at RPI in the country, fourth in strength of schedule. 10 wins, 9 losses against the RPI top 25 teams. And the 35-11 record, of course. LSU with only one setback out of conference this year, and that was earlier this week in Lafayette against the Raging Cajuns.
Lynn, we got a good crowd here tonight, but last weekend Arkansas broke its single game attendance record with 3,900 in attendance for Game 2 versus Alabama.
Congratulations to the Razorbacks for packing nearly 4,000 into the ballpark.
They've sold over 2,500 in season tickets for this season.
That's the newest ballpark in the league, isn't it? If not, it's close.
Well, some have been remodeled, but yes, you're right.
I mean, in terms of an overall redo.
Well, Texas A&M probably. They just redid theirs a couple years ago, which I hear is like a mini baseball park resembling their baseball team, who's what, #1 in the country?
They've had a heck of a year. There's a base hit up the middle by Hedgecock. Her first hit. And Kamenzen at the bottom of the order comes to the plate. She is grounded out and reached on an error. And a strike from Sydney Berzon. Berzon has walked 2. One of those scored, and she has struck out 2. And she's been reached for 5 hits now. This is playable with Pleasance calling for it. 2 outs.
Lynn, we only have 6 hits in this ball game between the two clubs.
And Arkansas has 5 of them. Back to Reagan Johnson at the top of the order. A walk. And a 3-4 put out on a really nice play. And a line out last time to Pleasance. Strike 1. Johnson uses that very thin-handled bat, slightly split grip.
You can see from up here that that's a thin handle bat.
Don't you think it's thin?
I
Looks like a
guess.
noodle to me.
Pretty good eyes there, Lynn.
The 0-2 pitch. Off the plate. That is a beautiful off-speed pitch. It throws Johnson. 3rd strikeout of the game off. That's upstairs. Let's check some other SEC scores. Florida has defeated Georgia 9-1. Auburn and Ole Miss tied 1 apiece in the 7th inning. Ground ball.
Oh, what a
Glove
play.
lettuce, spins, turns, throws.
What?
Out at first base.
What a play.
Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable by Kylie Halverson. You
Yeah.
will never see one better than that on the infield from that.
This is LSU's first challenge.
This is amazing how fast these reviews are. I'm in shock. It's like
But
they were,
you don't see plays like
No.
that very often. That is spectacular.
You got it.
By the second baseman Kylie Halverson.
she came up and chest bumping her teammates.
Here's Taylor Pleasance. Off speed and a strike. She's 0 for 2. 2 ground balls to the right side tonight. Pleasance's average has fallen to 274. And she was
Trying to hold up.
but couldn't. They've thrown a lot of off-speed stuff to Taylor Pleasance.
Well,
Gutierrez is on deck. We've got a 1-1 ball game in the 6th.
I mean, it's just going to be a steady dose of changeup from line stock. Tigers just, they can't quite get their timing.
Linestock spins that ball furiously in her hand, gets the grip she wants and brings it. And comes up short with it, very short.
It's a big loss for Southern Miss when she transferred to Arkansas.
The 2-2 pitch. Another changeup, and Pleasance bounces it down to first base. It's the third time she has rolled out to the right side. So 2 gone for Gutierrez.
And it was the Tigers' first baseman, number 55, Raylene Gutierrez.
Strike 1 to Gutierrez on some heat. You mentioned it earlier, Yvette, but this Arkansas team has won 14 of their last 15 SEC Road Series.
That's kind of
That's remarkable.
Impressive stat.
Very, very impressive.
And we've said they have never won back-to-back series in Baton Rouge.
Well, that covers 3.5 years now.
Yep.
For Arkansas. The 0-2 pitch, looped out of play, foul.
As we said, the Tigers will have to generate their own power. When someone's throwing 70 miles an hour, all you got to do is meet it.
This may be playable, and it's caught by the third baseman.
And now
Slightly
Arkansas
ahead in that category.
Only 3 times it's happened to them.
Nia Carter is first pitch swinging, and that's out of play. Carter is 1 for 3. She had an infield hit in the third inning. She has bounced out twice, sandwiched around that infield hit. The 0-1 pitch from Sydney Berzon. Ball tight. Berzon has walked 2. One of those scored. And that came in the fourth inning. It was an unearned run. She has struck out 3. She has allowed 5 base hits, a couple of them on the infield. And a liner to right. Mackenzie Ruderty is there. Well hit by Carter, but Ruderty was playing her perfectly.
Balls that are squared up tonight are just atoms. Hit it right at the
And
fielders.
the one that wasn't was tracked down by
exactly.
Briggs.
The best ball that was hit tonight, you're right, Briggs made an outstanding play because she reads the ball off of the bat so well. This will be a tough play here.
Out at first base, Madison Manning
Head
picks
set.
it up and wings it over.
Head
and we'll see
set.
if they challenge this.
They are. I didn't think she was going to get her. We need
Arkansas
to time
is
this.
challenging.
We need to time this. Too late now. I need a
Arkansas is
stopwatch.
challenging the play at first base. The call on the field is out. The play is under further review.
And she is. Could go either way, huh, Leonard Skinner?
That's 50-50.
After review, the call on the field is changed. The runner is safe. This is Arkansas' second and final challenge.
Blue behind the plate. He's efficient with his mechanics.
Well, the call is changed. Infield hit for Ellis. Her second of the game.
It was a tough play.
And it brings on Kylie Halverson, who's 1 for 3. 6 hits now for the Razorbacks.
All South Region first team, all SEC second team last year for Halverson.
Here's the 1-0. High and away. We are in the top of the 7th. Razorbacks 1, Tigers 1.
Don't leave your TV. This is where it always gets interesting here. Nothing happens, and then you're on the edge of the seat to see how it's going to end.
Absolutely.
Been the nature of our game for so long. 115 pitches for Berzon on the night so far.
That one's elevated.
We talked about the Hogs don't run very much, and I don't think they are in this situation.
Sydney Berzon, for the moment, is on her own. There is no bullpen activity. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error for Arkansas. 1 run, 1 hit, 3 errors for LSU. Ellis at first base, and that's hammered foul the other way.
Good job of going with that pitch by Halverson, but it is a foul ball. And you can see that Berzon can work in, out, up, down. That's what makes her so good. Got velocity, tremendous drop ball and changeup.
Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. We are locked at 1 in the 7th. That's downstairs, and the Razorbacks, for 6 of the 7 innings tonight, have had 2 base runners, and the one they didn't, they had 1 base runner.
Constant pressure. Good at bat by Halverson. She earned that walk.
3 walks and 3 strikeouts from Berzon tonight. Here's Hannah Gamble. 0 for 3. Ball 1. Gamble hit the heck out of the ball last time, but the liner in left center field was tracked down by Sierra Briggs at the warning track.
She's hitting .233 in conference play. Oh, that ball gets away from Bergeron.
And now there's trouble. The runners advance 60 feet. That's a pass ball and potentially a very costly one.
See what happens here. Oh.
It just had some fade to it, and Berzon didn't get the glove over quick enough to compensate.
Yep, that ball kept moving, and she didn't catch the outside of the. You need a strikeout here.
But you've got to do it coming from a 2-0 hole. There's one.
And Bergeron really needs to have a short-term memory here.
2 balls and a strike, 1 out. A pair of runners for the Razorbacks in scoring position. Top of the 7th in a 1-1 game. Strike 2, and now the count is level.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Gamble was looking for there. I'm thinking the patented Berzon changeup right here. Drop ball. Tigers want a strikeout or a ground ball to the left side.
Berzon's 2-2 pitch.
Just
high and
missed.
tight.
Good call.
And a good take by Gamble.
Yep. You can see that late break, though, with Berzon's ball. It just keeps moving.
The 3-2 pitch.
And that's
chopped up the middle. One Razorback scores. And runners at first and third now after the RBI chopper up the middle by Gamble.
Let's go back and see what this pitch is. And it's a drop ball that just doesn't have quite that sharp break that her drop balls usually do.
So 3 straight Razorbacks have reached base. An infield hit by Ellis. A walk to Halverson. A single up the middle by Gamble. And the Razorback, she has a sacrifice bunt. And she looped a soft liner down to Pleasance last time. There's a strike. It levels the count.
Runner goes down to second, so now they have second and third. Tigers allow her to do it. Wow, Berzon is at 131 pitches now. Good number would be in the high 80s.
The vet, let's take this time out to update folks on the baseball game across the street. They're in the 6th inning right now. The Tigers are leading off.
After review, the call in the field is upheld. The runner did not leave early. This is LSU's second and final challenge.
And I agree with you. This home plate umpire has been...
He's been very good.
He's been speaking with clarity.
Yes.
He is brief. He makes everybody in the audience understand what's going on.
His mechanics are right on.
The 1-2 pitch to Kramer now. That's tipped foul.
Kramer hitting .227 in SEC play coming into tonight.
Berzon's 1-2 pitch.
Ooh.
High and tight.
She also has 4 RBI in SEC play.
Hedgecock, who is 1 for 3, is on deck. 2 outs, 2 on, a run in. Ground ball to Petty. And makes the play at first base to Gutierrez. Against Morgan Linestock, who's been very, very good, working on a 1-hitter right now. The pitch, lined into shallow center field, down for a base hit. That's exactly the start LSU was looking for.
And I couldn't get it out fast enough, but Rudity has really come on in the last month. But how about that? Tigers need some base runners, and she comes up, sees 1 pitch, delivers a hit.
Rudity is hitting .311 coming into this game against SEC pitching.
She's been very good in the conference.
LSU will have an offensive timeout here. Down by 1. Arkansas, 1 run, 2 hits for LSU.
More importantly, 3 errors for LSU, and yet it really hasn't harmed them.
Here's Petty, who's 0 for 2. She has struck out and rolled out to first base. She might like to see that pitch again. Then again, she might not see one as hittable as that one again.
Yeah, it was an elevated changeup, that's for sure.
One ball, 1 strike on Carly Petty. She has had some very meaningful hits in situations like these this year. The 1-1. Slapped out of play on the left side.
Linestock up until this point has been very, very good.
Boy, has she. Came in having allowed only 89 hits in 117 innings. The opposition batting .206 against her. And the Tigers have been checked on 2 hits tonight. Linestock is looking for her 8th complete game of the year. Petty rips one into left field. That's a base hit. Runners at second and first on 2 pretty well struck balls here in the 7th inning by the Tigers of LSU.
The comeback kids, they were comeback kids early on in the season, found a way to win ball games late. Got something cooking here.
That pitch was right down Main Street, belt high, and Petty whacked it the other way.
Yeah, Linestock's pitches are getting Manning.
Manning is on deck. That drops in for a strike on the LSU catcher.
That was a beauty of a pitch. People are screaming, but you got to tip your hat to Linestock. That was a great pitch.
Now the pitch clock starts. And the 0-1 to Bergeron from Linestock.
Look at how close the corners are playing for the Razorbacks.
Oh, Bergeron bunted a pitch that was very much elevated. That was not a strike.
The only way to bunt successfully is bunt strikes. Hit strikes. Remember, Linestock's job is not to allow her to bunt. The bunt's off now, though.
The shortstop crosses over into foul ground, and Lauren Camerzend makes the play. So there's the first out of the inning as Bergeron tried to bunt a pitch that was elevated, couldn't get it down, and then was forced to swing and fouls out to the shortstop. It's Madison Manning, who has 2 sacrifice bunts to her credit. She won't be bunting here. Ball 1. Coming into this game, Manning had 1 SEC at bat.
It's a big at bat here.
Ball 2.
Linestock really doesn't want to lose Manning. Manning needs to be very patient.
Daniel is on deck. Ground ball hit sharply. The out at third on the force. Camerzend decided to go to third base, and Gamble was waiting. And now there are 2 outs as Rudity is forced at third.
Ball's hit sharply.
It very much is.
But right at him.
And now it is Sierra Daniel. Daniel came into the game hitting .365, and she's been over 300 against SEC pitching.
Everything.
.323 to be exact coming into this game.
We talk about how many line drives we've seen her hit. Razorbacks are playing her kind of close in the infield.
They are playing her as an opposite field hitter. That pitch is wide off the plate.
But in, like she's just going to tap the ball and run.
There are 2 outs. The tying runner at second base. The winning run at first. The 2-0 pitch. Right. 2 balls and a strike on Daniel. Morgan Linestock looking for her 13th victory in 15 decisions and her 8th complete game in 15 starts.
Now the middle infielders backed up a little bit.
That's a strike at the letters. Linestock is a pitch away. LSU is a swing away. A changeup lobbed up the middle and grabbed by the second baseman who steps on the bag for the force out, and Arkansas claims